Hey guys, so today's video is going to be my August favorites. I've already filmed this video once today, so if I'm a little bit low energy, that might be why. I filmed the whole thing, and it was with a camera that's much better quality than this one, but when I imported the footage, my lipstick looked brown, which it's part of my favorites for starters, so it wouldn't be an accurate representation because it is clearly purple. So the color was completely off, like my videos have been in the past, and I just don't want to do that anymore. So again, I'm really sorry that there are these black parts on the screen because this camera only films in standard size, not widescreen, which YouTube is widescreen. So I'm really sorry, and I know it's not that great of quality. I'm trying really hard to get that fixed. Second public service announcement, I chopped my hair off last night. I'm not sure if I had completely lost my mind or if it was a good idea, but late last night, it was like 8 o'clock, I just went and chopped my hair off. It's not a particular style or anything yet, I just said I need it shorter. If you've been watching my videos, you know that my hair was like way down here. It was quite long, and I just needed a change, needed it to be shorter, so we just hacked it off to about this length, and so far I'm liking it. I don't really know what to do with it though, so this is just air dried. I'm sure I will find some kind of style I like with it eventually. Anyways, the baby is now awake. I originally filmed this when he was napping, so I had as much time as possible, but now I can kind of hear him fussing a little bit, so I'm going to try and run through my favorites as fast as I possibly can. Starting off with skincare, this is the Sunday Riley Good Genes all-in-one lactic acid treatment. I use this as a serum every night, and the reason I can tell you that this is so awesome is I actually went away for the weekend last weekend. I didn't want to be bringing along any expensive skincare because I didn't want to risk it getting broken, and my skin had a complete meltdown. I'm still dealing with the aftermath of that. I do have very acne prone skin, and my skin just seems to really like this. It is meant to brighten, exfoliate, plump lines, reduce the appearance of hyperpigmentation, and instantly boost radiance. And I can definitely tell a difference when this is not part of my skincare routine. The full size of this is $200, which, oh my god, that is so ridiculously expensive. I will be trying to save as much money as possible to potentially buy this in the future. I wish the packaging I could see how much I have left because it's just opaque, but I'm really loving this serum. For primer, I've been using the NYX Angel Veil primer a ton this month. I know you would have seen actually 2 of these products as first impressions in my last video. That was filmed many weeks ago. So in that video, I had tried this for the first time and liked it, and I've been using it ever since. I'm so sorry if you can hear Wyatt in the background. This is very comparable to the Hourglass Veil Mineral Primer, which I have used and loved in the past. That is a very expensive primer, and this is a great affordable option. It does keep my skin looking matte longer, although not for all day, but I have super oily skin in the summertime, so I haven't really found a primer to ever keep me matte all day long. So this is definitely a good choice if you have oily skin like I do. I do also have to use a smoothing primer in conjunction with this to minimize pores, because that is not what this particular primer does. So if I want to be matte and fill in my pores, I use this with another primer. For my base, pretty much all month long, I've been going for a lighter weight option as opposed to a thick, heavy, full coverage foundation. And I have been using the CoverGirl Clean Matte BB Cream for oily skin. This is in the shade 510 Fair. It's what I have on today. I have found the best way to apply this is with my fingers. I go in with 2 light layers. I apply the first one and then let it set for a few minutes, and then I go in with a second layer, and that's how I find I get the best coverage and finish out of this BB cream. It's definitely not full coverage by any means, but I do have quite a lot of acne scarring on my cheeks especially, and yes, you can still see that I have acne scars, but they're not the dark purple that they usually are. This just provides me with enough coverage where I feel comfortable with a full face of makeup on, but it's not super heavy. And this does last all day on my oily skin. I of course use this primer, and then I also set it with powder, which helps with the longevity as well. But I would definitely recommend you give this a try if you have oily skin like I do and are looking for a more lightweight base. For concealer, this is the Maybelline Fit Me Concealer in 15 Fair. You've seen this a ton on my channel. I'm almost out. I only have like this much left of this shade. This is the perfect shade for me for under my eyes. It's about a medium coverage and has a bit of a luminous finish to it, which of course kind of sets down once you set your under eyes with powder, which I always have to do or else it creases super bad. But this has a more fresh look as opposed to a heavy cakey look, which some concealers can definitely give. But like I said, it is only medium coverage, so if you have really dark circles, I would go in with a corrector beforehand. Next, I've been using this Morphe palette. This is the 9C. This is such a multi-purpose palette for me. I used it for basically my whole face today. So I set my under eyes with this shade here. It has a hint of yellow, but it's definitely not as yellow as this shade. But this is the perfect tone for me to set my under eye concealer, and then I set my whole face with a combination of these two shades to add a bit more of the yellow tone. Since I do have yellow undertones, I feel that is the best to set my whole face with. For contour, I mix these two shades here. This one is a bit too gray for me, and I add just a touch of warmth with this one here. And the mixture of these two just creates the perfect tone for me to contour with. And I also used this for my eyes today. I threw this color in the crease and then this shimmery shade all over my lid. I could probably make this work, but I haven't used this on my cheeks yet, but it did work great as an eyeshadow. And then these two shades here are a bit too deep for my skin tone, but I like that they offer a variety of shades, so I think anybody from fair to maybe medium skin tones would get a lot of use out of this contour kit. These three are definitely too deep for my skin tone, but it makes this palette quite versatile. For highlight, I've been loving the OFRA highlight in Rodeo Drive. I don't remember if I included this in my last favorites, and I'm really sorry if I did, but this has been what I've been reaching for pretty much all summer. It looks like it would be way too dark for my fair complexion, which it is if I go in with my standard highlighting brushes, but I found the way to make it work for my skin tone is to use a fan brush and just a light hand, and it still gives you an incredible glow. This is a great gold highlight, but it has a bit of a champagne undertone, so it's not too yellow gold, which makes this really flattering on my skin tone. And again, this is a product that can work for multiple skin tones depending on how you apply it. I really, really love this highlight. There is a swatch of it there. Can you see that glow? It's absolutely beautiful. And like I said, this has been my go-to highlight all summer long. For brows, I've been back on the Maybelline Brow Drama train. I know a lot of people really hate this because of the applicator, which it is a weird shape. It has this ball on the end. But if you have bolder brows like I do, and I don't mean bold brows like you drew them on bold, but I mean actual brow hairs that you have a thicker natural brow shape, this actually does work really well. I find the size of this to be perfect for the front and middle of my brows. It is too big for the tail, but I can make it work for my tail too. I know a lot of people are complaining about this. If you don't have a lot of brow hair, then no, this is not going to work out for you. And this isn't the strongest hold brow gel I've ever used. If you have really unruly brows and you're looking for something that will hold them all day, I'd recommend the Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Gel. That stuff is like strong hold hairspray for your eyebrows. They will not move, but they will feel a little crunchy. But I love the tone of the color of this. I have mine in soft brown and it matches my eyebrows pretty well. For mascara this month, I've been reaching for the Tarte Lights Camera Lashes Mascara a lot. This is just a sample size. This bottle gets really messy, so I'm hoping that the full size is not like this. Like, I have mascara all up in the cap and all over the edge here. Anyways, this mascara gives me a lot of volume and length, and I like that the wand is a natural bristle wand, but it's just straight across. There's no crazy curves and hourglass shapes, no like spiky balls on the end. I don't know. I've been really enjoying this mascara, and I will be purchasing the full size once this runs out. Lastly, I have lip products. These are the 3 lip products you've probably seen the most on my Instagram if you follow me over there. The first is the OFRA KathleenLights collab in Miami Fever. I know this was limited edition, but I've been reaching for this so much, and if you have any dupe recommendations, please let me know. I tried the ColourPop Ultra Matte in Love Bug, I think it was, and that literally crumbled off my lips. It was so strange. It was actually in a disappointing products video, which I will link right up here for you if you're interested in watching that. But this is a beautiful like burnt orange shade, and I love wearing this going into fall. I've been enjoying doing fall makeup looks now. Now it's the end of August. I'm so over summer makeup. That is what it looks like. I'm going to be so sad when this runs out because it was a limited edition. Next is what I have on my lips right now. This is the ColourPop Ultra Matte Lip in Lumiere 2. This is another KathleenLights collab. I had been pulling out a lot of her collaborations recently. This is what it looks like. The ColourPop Ultra Matte formula is definitely not one of my favorites. It is quite drying, but it is super long lasting, so you're kind of sacrificing comfort for longevity. I really love that this is a more cool toned purpley shade. Even though I have been pulling in a lot more warm toned shadows when I want to do something really simple on the eyes, like using my contour palette I was using anyways, and going for a bolder color on my lips, I've been reaching for more purpley tones, and I really like that this one is a bit deeper. And I love the matte finish, so I can apply it and not have to worry about it all day long because I know that it's going to stay on my lips. Lastly, I have the Too Faced Melted Liquefied Longwear Lipstick in Melted Fig. I love this formula. It's definitely not drying, but it is pretty long wearing. It's not as long wearing as a proper liquid lipstick. They do have melted matte lipsticks, which are more matte, more long wearing, but I really like how comfortable this formula is. This is Melted Fig over here. It's in the same purple toned family as Lumiere 2, but it has a bit more pink in it, a bit more wearable if you don't want to wear something so deep and cool toned. I have been reaching for this more often just because it is more wearable. That is everything for my August favorites. I don't really have a favorite eyeshadow palette. I've actually been watching Nicole Renee Cutler's Flashback Friday videos. It's her new palette series using older palettes, and I've been following along with that. So I've been reaching to the back of my drawer, pulling out older favorites like the Too Faced Chocolate Bar palette, the Modern Renaissance palette, KathleenLights and Morphe palette. I've been playing around with a whole bunch of ones that I've kind of forgotten about, so I haven't been sticking to one palette all month long, but hopefully I will have one to share with you next month. Don't forget to subscribe. I will be holding a 100 subscriber giveaway when we reach that goal. You'll have the chance to win either the Chocolate Bar palette or the Modern Renaissance palette. Those are 2 of my favorites. And of course, I'll be throwing in some other goodies as well, so make sure to subscribe so you don't miss out on that. Like the video if you liked it, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!